Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Code with Khan. Let's see today's LeetCode problem. आज का प्रॉब्लम है 3637 Trionic Array level 1. So easy market problem है. And let's read the question. So you are given an integer array nums of length n. An array is Trionic if there exists indices 0 should less than p, should less than q, should less than n minus 1 such that nums of 0 से लेके nums of p is strictly increasing order. So for example, if we have an array, so 0 से लेके p तक should be in increasing order, right? And from p से लेके q तक should be in decreasing order. और q से लेके n-1 तक should be again in increasing order. So graph के अगर graph देखे तो it will be like increasing, then decreasing, and again increasing. Agar if you see this pattern in the array, right, then that is Trionic array. So we need to return true if it is Trionic, otherwise we'll return false. So agar hum constraints dekhe to n is less than or equal to 100, very simple easy question, so easy mark is liye. So now let's see with one example, right? So if we start with 0 1 2 3 4 5, so अगर हम ऑब्जर्व करें तो 1 3 5 इज इन इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर और यहाँ से लेके 4 2 तक डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर है और यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक फिर से इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर है, राइट? सो हाउ वी कैन सो इफ वी नॉर्मली ऑब्जर्व हमने कैसे किया, वी स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम हियर एंड यहाँ से यहाँ तक हमने देखते 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 गया, राइट? वी ट्रैवर्स द अरे. सो विल डू द सेम थिंग. सो we will start with index 0, right? So we'll take I as 1, so we'll check the its previous index. So adjacency index either we choose I is equals to 0 and we compare with I plus 1, either we choose I is equals to 1, either we compare with I minus 1. So adjacency का कोई भी दे सकते हैं. So we'll choose I is equals to 1. हम check करेंगे. So we'll traverse the array until ARR of I is greater than ARR of I minus 1, right? हम देखते चलेंगे is this element, right, greater than our previous one, then go. Is this element is greater than our previous element, right? So we'll move forward. Here when I is here, right, जब I यहाँ पे आता है, so we'll check if it is greater than the previous element, no. So we found one part where it is in increasing order, so we'll stop here and then we'll start from here, we'll start and we'll check for decreasing order, right? From there what we'll check, we'll check for if we'll traverse again till checking the decreasing array. If ARR of I should be less than ARR of I minus 1, right? ARR of I should be, right, it should be less than ARR of I minus 1. So if this condition is true, then we will traverse till the decreasing part. So with this we will traverse till here. Now our I comes here and again we need to check for this condition. We will again check for ARR of I should be greater than ARR of I minus 1. So in these scenarios, so we have to check few scenarios also, few edge cases. Like if we have an array like 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7, so in this array we only have elements in increasing order. So with this condition we'll do this condition in while loop. Okay, so if we do this condition in while loop, so we'll traverse the full array. So we'll check if it is array is like this, we'll traverse the full array with this condition only. So we'll check if our I becomes n, then we will return false here itself. Okay, मान लो we have other array like 7 5 3 1. So now this condition doesn't becomes true at one time also, right? एक बार भी सही नहीं होता. So here itself our I will be still 1. So it comes out of while loop. And here we also need to check if our I is still at starting position. it is still at starting position, or if it is still we traversed full array with first while loop only, then we'll return false. In the second condition, we'll again check this in the while loop and we traverse the decreasing part, and if we traverse fully, right, if we traverse the full array, with a decreasing part, so मान लो कि we have array like 1 3 5 7 6 like this only. First we found the increasing order, right? Here we found the increasing order, and then we found the decreasing order. There is no increasing order at the end. So if we traverse the array till the end in the decreasing order, that means there is no increasing order at the end. So if we need to check the condition here, if I is becomes we traverse till end, then return false here. And if it comes further, we'll do while again here on this condition. So if it succeeds, right, if it succeeds, and we'll traverse until we this conditions succeeds, right, at the time. So at the end, right, we'll traverse till the end of the array and we'll check अगर हमने traverse किया या नहीं till the end. So if it is true, then we'll return true. If it is not, then we'll return false. So हमने क्या किया, हमने simply array को fully traverse किया. So in this part हमने increasing array को increasing part को traverse किया. In this part हमने decreasing part को traverse किया. So in this part हमने again increasing part को traverse किया. So if this condition succeeds, and this condition succeeds, then we'll come at the end, we'll check if our I becomes n, then we'll return true, otherwise we'll return false. Okay, let's write code for this one. So we'll take int n is equals to nums.length, and then we'll take int I is equals to 1, and then we'll traverse the first increasing part of the array. So we'll add int I should be less than n. If we didn't add, may face the array index out of bounds error. So we'll add this condition and we'll check nums of I should be greater than nums of I minus 1. So here this is not a for loop, so we'll just have a condition. And now if it is in increasing order, we just continue, and here we will check if it reaches the end or if it is in the starting point, then we need to return if I is double equals to 1, or if I is double equals to n, if it is reaches end or if it is at the starting point only, then we will directly return false. Okay, and next condition, checking the decreasing part, while I is less than n, right, and nums of I should be less than nums of I minus 1. If it is in the decreasing part, we'll just move forward, and here also we need to check if I reaches the end. Here you cannot check the starting point, right? Here we need to check if I reaches the end, and we'll simply return false. Now the last condition need to check the increasing order. Again we will add the same condition, nums of I should be greater than nums of I minus 1. If it is the case, we'll just move forward, and at the end we need to check if this I is the end, then we'll return the true. That means we have traversed to the increasing order and then decreasing order and then increasing order, we reach the end. This time we'll simply return true, otherwise we'll return the false. Let's execute the test cases. Yeah, test cases got accepted. Let's submit it. Yeah, solution is accepted. That's it guys for now. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Happy coding.